Hi, beautiful people. Happy full moon in Capricorn. As if you probably haven't, heard enough of that already. I'm Kimberly, and I am adding on to it. I do Astro Tarot. So, first of all, I also do just other cosmic communications that will come later. I think one thing at a time as I get acclimated, and so do you with me. So, on the right, or right here. I think I'm mirroring you, so it's probably your left for all I know. But to my right, probably your left, is the astrology wheel that shows where all the planets are currently right now in the nighttime sky, depending on where you are. It is in the later afternoon where I am. I really wanted to start this right around the time of the full moon for us. Well, I'm on the East Coast, so it's around 4:30, and I figured by the time I'd be done, it's like, culmination, completion. And it's really important for that because one of the things that is going on with this full moon in Capricorn is it's like, ruled by Saturn, and it's saying, now's the time to get shit done. It's now. It's before everything goes retrograde. It's before everything, we start having eclipses and where things get a little challenging. Right now, it's not really challenging. What have you been working on all this time? Okay. So, right over here, I'll do my Vanna White impersonation. And over on to this side here, we have different parts of the tarot. First, we're going to cover the theme right here. And then we're going to cover the goals, objectives, hobbies, value, relationships, and action steps. All right, so I wanted to wait and put that up because I wanted to make sure everybody saw that I was shuffling. I know in the past I've seen tarot readers get a little comment here and there based on their style and reading. So I'm just going to do this like this for now. All right, so we're going to just look at the theme. What is the theme? Okay, 10 of Cups, definitely the theme. Oh my gosh, isn't that something that is very Cancerian regarding the home and the family? So that's the theme. That's a good theme to have, I would say. So what are the goals and objectives? Okay, 8 of Cups. What do you need to walk away from? This is really that time with Uranus and Gemini that, oh my gosh, all of a sudden you may think, I'm done. There's a new dawn on the horizon. I don't need this shit anymore. I'm leaving my emotions at the door and I'm moving on. So that is actually the goals and then the objectives. What doesn't serve you anymore emotionally? And now let's look at the value. Okay, this one right here really wouldn't come out. 21, the world. I had mentioned endings, culminations. This is how you want to be seen in the world. Things coming to fruition, full circle. Some light and an illumination as to what brings you joy. I can totally relate to that. And that is for the value. More than anything, the value for yourself, but also in others. You see a little picture here. I love this one. Is the mirror, loving the version of you that you have become, walking away from all the emotional insecurities that kept you stuck. That's a really good one. Let's look at relationships. All right. Yes. You can't make this shit up, you guys. Look. I talked about how, I love this one with the mirror. I really do. It's my favorite one. But then this card comes up, right? Wow. 8 of Swords. Almost at the end, right? Almost at that point where you're going to release the rope that you've tied yourself with, feeling bound and stuck. Release all the nagging thoughts in your head. Release all the things that you have kind of kept yourself stuck in seeing. I'm really loving this right now, you guys. I'm really, really loving it. Okay, so that's in relationships. What has held you stuck? How have you talked to yourself? Or how are you being communicated to? What are nagging thoughts in your head? Wow, that's really important. Okay, and so for action steps, you got two things, right? One is the Knight of Wands. Just, oh my gosh. I always call this card letting your freak flags fly. Easy for me to say. But it really is about beating to your own drum. What lights you up? What brings you joy? What sets your heart on fire? Whatever that is, go to that. And the other card that you had, is also the King of Wands. Standing in your power, standing in your truth, having the strength, being grounded, knowing exactly where you want to be. Courage to move forward. He's pretty laid back, isn't he? He's got his hands tucked in his pocket and he's like, yep. He's got that lion at his back. It's a lot of strength and courage. I wouldn't mind a lion at my back. At least, one that's walking like he is, that has my back, that strength and that courage. He's not charging at him or anything. So yeah, a lot of fire energy here. Very Aries energy. It's funny because that's where Saturn is right now. So it's time to step forward with courage. It's time to do what you love to do. That's the action step, okay? So now I'm going to break it down by every sign, okay? So let me look at what I have here. All right. So if you are an Aries sun or rising, this is about the leadership. It's about letting go of your ego and striving and taking root into the direction that you want to be. It's funny, I mentioned this card here, very Aries energy, and that's exactly the red shirt, the grounding energy. So just let go of what you've been striving to achieve and never accomplished it. Like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to get this degree, I have to do, it's, don't let go of how the world had defined you or how you thought you needed to be defined to be out in the world, and do what you love. Do what you love. Okay, so yeah, for Aries, you have the Seven of Wands, trying to achieve, right? Trying to strive for the things, to have that work that you've been working hard towards, right? Capricorns, it's a symbol of the sea goat, right? And so he's climbing up a mountain. It's that achievement and everything, right? What do you need to let go of? What do you feel like, I don't really need to achieve this anymore? I don't need to go in that direction anymore. Okay. So now for Taurus, sun and rising. This is about what kind of belief systems, I call it the BS, but what kind of belief systems did you have before? Maybe a story that you told yourself. This is very much that energy of this in the relationship sector, being bound, right? What is it that you had a story that you told yourself that kept you feeling small, right? You got the Queen of Wands. Again, notice here in the Queen of Wands, look who she has on her back. The lion. How is she dressed? In red. As she's taking a bow and a curtsy before everyone on the stage, being seen. You can see she's dressed in white, holding that purity. The wisdom. I like that energy. For anyone who doesn't know, this is the Gregory Scott Tarot, who Gregory passed away a couple months ago. And he was an amazing, wonderful astrologer and tarot reader. Okay, so let's go to Gemini. Wow. How do you get rid of the things that you've held on to? Again, like the mirror, right? This is very much with the birds all around, because Gemini is very much in the mind. Like, oh, what has kept you stuck in your sticking thinking, right? Time to just get rid of that. Compost it, do whatever, throw it out. Uranus is there with you, and so that's about some kind of transformation. Shock, awe. Just trust what's coming. You may be pleasantly surprised, says Uranus. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. Look how she's pouring out all this wealth and abundance. Wealth can be many things without just being money. But she's pouring out in abundance. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Things are about to be transformed. Just trust into that, okay? All right, Cancer, Sun and Rising. Wow. Lots going on in Cancer right now with the sun there and everything. And quite frankly, what are outdated? What things in your relationships are you now becoming as well? All right, we have 9 of Pentacles. Whew. There's a lot. Look at the grapes on the vine, right? So it's ripened. All the coins everywhere. So there's something very physical and tangible that have come to culmination at this point. Remember I said the Capricorn. Don't know where Capricorn falls in your chart. There's plenty of chart things to look at. KimberlyMadden.com. If you sign up for my email list, you get a free thing to do your astrology chart. Anyways. Yeah. Something reaching a point in a completion. The fruits of your labor. Let's go into Leo Sun and Leo Rising. Let's see. Leo, the Lion, courageous, clarity. Okay, Queen of Cups. Bringing healing to others. Maybe to a loved one. Emotional differences. You know, she's from the sea. He's on land. So restructure. How would you like to restructure the differences? Maybe that have caused some kind of wounding on an emotional or physical level. Like I said, he's land, she's water. Could be between a water and earth sign in your life. But how can you obtain clarity and give care? All right, moving on to Virgo. Virgo, details, right? Very detail oriented. This Capricorn is Saturn ruled, Capricorn full moon. And you know, Saturn likes structure too, but where has there some culmination arrived for you? And you know, all the details. I want to know the who, what, where, when, how. And this full moon, this culmination and this structural, says Saturn, and being very inside the box might ask you to be outside of the box. There's some kind of judgment about this. This is a major arcana. It's just, you know, the time has come. Maybe to start tuning into some spiritual aspects more, following your guidance from divine, letting them lift you up. But also there's a sense here where they're like, enough. There has to be a sense of balance, right? That's a Libra energy. But the time has come for you to maybe remove yourself from a situation. Maybe you've been working the midnight hour and just putting so much time, attention, and detail into something, and it's time now that maybe you should just go ahead and give yourself permission to redefine what it means to create for you, to redefine what it means to work so hard, or be in, you know, dotting the T's and crossing the I's. Can you be outside of that a little bit? Now for Libra. Now, Libra is all about balance, as you know. A lot of times Libras, they give a lot, but they expect the same back. That's the balance, right? Like, hey, I'm doing this for you, so you should do that for me. But that's not life. That's not really how life works. And for the theme with wanting that 10 of Cups, there's that reciprocity and giving and taking. And there's 2 cards that came out for you guys. And so I'm trying to think about, what are the rules in your life that maybe keep you bound, right? That's the 8 of Cups. There's the childhood wounding, the relationship aspect, things that are really old, like past, not necessarily past lives, but, you know, what from the past in childhood wounding has dictated your emotions in relationships. So what's culminating now is the Ace of Pentacles, right? Being offered. Look at all that green energy. Becoming the master of your heart. Becoming the master of your physical dwelling, physical presence. Your inner root system, right? It's waiting for you. There's something tangible coming, being offered. Look at the clear skies behind, the birds flying. It's very divinely guided, whatever it is, because the open window behind here that's being shown has the purple curtains over here. And this is all heart-centered energy aware, always. As well. That's what I was trying to say. I don't know where that all came out. Woo! Okay. Anyways, on to Scorpio. All right. So, Scorpio. If in back behind me, Scorpio it's in the first house. So with this full moon culminating, for you it's about in the house of yourself. So self-respect, right? This is the house of the self, the self-love that we give to each other, or to ourselves. I don't mean to each other, that too, but so instead of doing, what if you communicated it? It's all about communication these days. So what do we have for Scorpio? It's for Sun and Rising. I may have said that before, not doing it. Capricorn Moon. It's all about a Capricorn Moon. The Empress. There's something here about the self-respect. Look how she's walking. You can tell she's kind of swayed her hips a little bit from side to side. You can tell she's self-assured. Her chest is forward, her shoulders back, her chin's up high, her head's up high. Like, I am who I am. And I am powerful. Respect yourself. Respect who you are. Strut your stuff. I like that. Oh, I like that. Ooh, I just got chills all over. I'm like, ooh, strut away. You go, girl. Or boy. Or man. Or woman. Or not. I don't want to offend anyone. Make sure I get everybody in the mix. Sorry. All right, let's move on to Sagittarius. Inherited values. What is nourishing to you now? See, what do we have for Sagittarius? Another sign got this. Yeah. So there's strength and courage at your back. There's this element of being very rooted and very grounded. Taking the stage. Presenting in front of others. And the wisdom. I love the black hat right there. All right. So Sagittarius, what nourishes you? What do you want to come forward with? What do you want others to see? What do you want to do? Whatever it is, do that. Definitely do that. Let's go to Capricorn. Ooh, I release the need to prove myself. What do we have for Capricorn? Things have culminated for you. This is your full moon. What has culminated? Got two cards. 10 of Cups. Very much in the theme. Happy family, happy life, happy emotions. But ooh, what is in the wings? What do you need to wait on? Also, another major arcana. Funny, the angels, they're I don't know what they're doing, to be honest with you, but he's fine. He's getting enlightenment, just kind of gaining a new perspective and a new insight. But it looks as if the angels are trying to help him in some way or check in on him. So maybe you might want to see about your guides, journal, something maybe coming to your mind about that, as far as, you know, maybe divine guidance coming in. Yeah, I really feel like there's some patience being asked of you at this time, because help is on the way. Some kind of guidance is on the way. You can see all these beams of light coming down, right? There's illumination. They're coming to help him. He just needs to be a little more patient. I think that's all I want to say about that. All right, Aquarius, Sun and Rising. What do we have for Aquarius, Sun and Rising? And lay down the past. Let go of the past. Let go of the past. Oh, it's so much easier said than done, right? My daughter had said to me one time, it's like saying get over it. Like, yeah, it kind of is. I can't deny that. Everything this year, it just really has pertained to going within, going within, going within. Like, a lot of things also about karma, right? Saturn, Father Time, Lord of Karma. Stationing to go retrograde. Isn't retrograde yet, but stationing. Like standing still. It always is standing still. It never actually moves backwards. But it's getting ready to do it. Haven't done it yet. So, what is it? From the past. Whew. Finally. Alright. A lot of the same cards are coming out, I noticed. 9 of Pentacles. So this person has worked hard to create something, right? And to try to earn a living. To try to bring in some form of wealth to the tangible and physical aspects of his life or her life. It's a man in the picture. And now it's fully ripened. And he's collected the money. So now what? It's time to listen to the voices within and what you're going to harvest next. Do you still want to do grapes, or do you want to have an apple orchard? What will give you the best return? Because so far you've received the peak of this harvest. All right, last but not least, Pisces, Sun and Rising. False belonging. What are you visioning? What are you seeing? What kind of community are you aligning with that is finding your soul? Wow. Yeah. I'm trying not to make it about me, but I can relate. The Magician. Very much the Gemini card. You have all the tools. What do you want to create? Where do you want to move on to? It's time to weave your magic. Where have you been staying in a certain area or with a certain group of people or in a certain community to try to belong and fit in and get along and go with the flow of what they want? It's time for you to find the people, the places, and the communities that are more in line with you. And you can create whatever you want. But the Magician, he holds the key to everything. He can weave his wonderful magic. And honestly, you have gifts, you have visions. Pisces is very, well, you have Saturn about to come back into your sign, and you're in Neptune. So, and you know how that is. You've been there all along, but it's time to work your magic for a little while. So, from November until like January, February next year, there's a little bit of time to rework with things, redo things, revise things, make things a little bit different than they have been before. Yeah, you are the Magician. So release any kind of going with someone else's ideas and someone else's flow of what it is in their group that don't align with you. Because you have all the magic to create your own or join a new group that do. New soul family, new tribe. Oh my gosh. boy, have I seen that. And I am a Pisces moon, and I can relate to that so much on such a different level. Like for me, yeah, emotionally feeling that way. So, anyways, that was it. I'm gonna go ahead and upload this. I hope you enjoyed. You guys all know what to do if you liked it or if you didn't, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.